I'll kiss your boots if you can do it. But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man. You're gonna be mine. Woo!
G5Jefftv, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box. And please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. This was a really, really, really good fight. Very competitive, highly competitive fight between Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter came out with a unanimous decision victory. Congratulations to Shawn Porter. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. To see Shawn Porter win his second world title was a great thing, because I don't see him as the most talented guy in the world, but he just goes to show you what hard work and dedication does when you put it all together. And that's Shawn Porter at the end of the day. So I couldn't be happier for Shawn Porter and his father, Kenny Porter, and the whole Porter team. Now, I did predict Danny Garcia to win the fight. Took another loss. That takes me to 23 wins with 3 losses and 3 draws. But let me tell y'all something. This is a loss that I don't mind taking, and I'm going to tell you why. I take more pride in guessing how the fight is going to go versus me actually picking the winner. So if you actually go back and listen to my prediction video for Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter, G5Jefftv was spot on. I was spot on. I just didn't get the decision right. Spot on. I said in the prediction video that in past fights, if Shawn Porter got caught with anything, he got caught with hooks. People always talked about the, Kell Brook 1-2 straight down the pipe and clinch. I was like, that's the one time he got in trouble with straight shots. He got in trouble with hooks his entire career. He gets in trouble with hooks. People landing hooks on him. That's what Danny Garcia did. Danny Garcia landed 46% of his power shots. If you know anything about boxing, period, if you land 46 to 50% of your power shots, your man is either out or you have clearly won the fight. So the fact that Danny Garcia landed 46% of his power shots and still lost that fight, it's a credit to Shawn Porter. Everything that happened in that fight, I called it. The only thing that I got wrong was the fact that I thought Danny Garcia was going to put Shawn Porter down at some point during this fight. And I said it was going to be a 7-5, 6-6 fight, and Danny was going to win because he would have put Shawn Porter down one time. Danny Garcia hit Shawn Porter with some hellacious shots. I mean, as clean as you could possibly get. For someone that's not as physically gifted in terms of speed, when it comes in to Danny Garcia is one of the most accurate counterpunchers in boxing history. And I don't care who dislikes what I just said. Danny Garcia is one of the most accurate counterpunchers in boxing history. And he proved it against Shawn Porter. When have you seen Shawn Porter take that many heavy shots in a fight? Never. Never. Shawn Porter went in there, and like I said in the prediction video, the only way Shawn Porter was going to win this fight was outwork Danny Garcia. He's going to have to outwork him, and that's exactly what he did. He threw almost 300 more punches than Danny Garcia. The reason why Danny Garcia lost this fight is because he couldn't put Shawn Porter down with his money shot, and he didn't throw enough punches in between the money shots that he was landing. Point blank, period. Danny Garcia fought as well as he possibly could against Shawn Porter. He just couldn't put him down. And that would have been the difference in the fight. The reason Shawn Porter won the fight is because he outworked his opponent. He always outworks his opponents. at the end of the day. You have to do something to combat that. And Shawn Porter didn't win because of his style. Even in this fight, a lot of it had to do with him outworking Danny Garcia. But you know what won this fight for Shawn Porter? His chin. His chin and his will to win. I know it sounds cliche-ish, but that is the truth. Shawn Porter won this fight because of his chin and his heart. Anybody else in the welterweight division probably would have got put down by them hooks that Danny was landing. He was landing his typical big shit. He was landing his typical big shit in this fight. But Shawn Porter kept pushing, kept coming. And it was funny because I'm watching the fight. We was live on G5Jefftv, man. And big shout out to everybody that joined the live, man. It was definitely lit. My bad for coming in on the live late. I didn't come in until about the beginning of the fourth round. That was my fault. Big shout out to everybody that was on the live. I was cracking up laughing, man. Like, I actually seen Shawn Porter use boxing craft in a fight. You see him do it during training and on the pads and all of that, but I actually seen Shawn Porter actually display some boxing craft in a fight. Like, I seen him do a pull counter, right hand. I was dying. Yo, I was cracking up. I was like, did Shawn Porter watch some Floyd Mayweather tapes? Did he just roll with a shot and throw a counter right hand? I was like, whoo! I was like, Shawn Porter showing off today. Like, he showed some boxing craft. He wasn't as wild as he usually is. Now, he was still coming in with that helmet head of his, minus the guard. You know, that's just Shawn Porter. But he fought a cleaner fight than he usually does, which was great to see. There were some spots in the fight where it was kind of just like, I was kind of getting a little bored. But they started turning up. And overall, it was a good fight. I think Danny Garcia didn't step outside of his element in terms of his punch output. And that's what caused him to fight. Because as far as the cleaner shots, Danny definitely landed the cleaner shots. But the cleaner shots may not necessarily mean that you win a particular round. He may only have landed maybe 3, 4, or 5 clean shots in a round. But if Shawn Porter's working the whole 3 minutes of the round, a lot of the judges was giving Shawn Porter the rounds. And when I went back and scored the fight, I had it 7-5 Porter. Strictly off of the activity. And he was landing enough shots for me to give Shawn Porter the rounds. Like, just because you active doesn't mean you win a round just off activity. You have to be doing something else along with it. So it was a really good fight. I pretty much called it the way it was going to go. And it was just the fact that Shawn Porter just let his hands go a little bit more, man. He just let his hands go, and Danny just didn't throw enough. So, Danny Garcia left a little meat on the bone, man. You could tell he was deflated after he heard the decision. And he should have been, because that fight was to be had if he would have turned up a little bit more in terms of the punch output. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, Danny Garcia is still a top 5 fighter. Shawn Porter is a champion now for the second time, and now he's going to have the pressure of unifying with Errol Spence. But if I was Shawn Porter, in his best interest, he should take on them 2 mandatories the WBC got lined up for him, because, you know, they got to get their sanctioning fees. They got to get their money up at the end of the day. And Shawn Porter should just guide his career carefully. I don't think Shawn Porter could just hop in the ring with just anybody. You know, he's a champion now. He has to be at a point where he's putting himself in a position against guys where he's going to look good. He's going to win and look good doing it at the end of the day. But nobody really wants to fight Shawn Porter. You fight Shawn Porter because you have to, or there's a belt on the line. You don't walk down the street and point at Shawn Porter and say, hey, I want to fight. He's just not one of those guys, man. He's too rough and rugged, man. Like, you know, he's like fucking Ty Gurley with fucking boxing gloves on. That's Ezekiel Elliott with boxing gloves on, man. Like, that's vintage Adrian Peterson with boxing gloves on, man. Like, he's just physical, man, just looking for the contact at the end of the day, man. But Big shout out to Shawn Porter. Congratulations to Shawn Porter, Kenny Porter. Congratulations to Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia on a huge fight, huge turnout, and it was a really good fight. Danny Garcia shouldn't feel bad, in terms of the performance. I don't think he left it all in the ring. I think he could have put out a little bit more when it comes down to punches and punch output, and I think it would have been a different story. It's crazy because some fights you would think any fight that's a really good fight you want to see a rematch, but I actually don't want to see a rematch between these two. I want to see these guys go their separate ways and create their own path in the 147-pound division. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5Jefftv, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.